This is, I think, over the past 15 years, I suppose, so this is maybe my 7th or 8th trip to India, and I just love coming here. And to be able to come here in the context of debating matters has been a tremendous privilege. Why do we support debating matters? We support it because these are the issues that we deal with every day. These are not just topics thought up so that you can put forward your ideas or show your oratory or your prowess. These are the sort of things I have to deal with every day. The clinical trials one is very obvious. I am Pfizer's spokesperson on several issues around clinical trials where the media are questioning the ethics of the particular trial. And these things go on for years and years and years and years. So I'm, at the moment, dealing with the media on work that was done in 1996, in which we're being challenged, in which I have to quite comfortably put forward the ethical position of Pfizer in these. So what you're talking about are real things. Whether it's about free speech, whether it's the ability within a corporation to state your own facts, whether we have an open door policy at Pfizer, a non-retaliatory policy, that is based on free speech. And whether it is about, do we have greater investment in India, or do we have greater investment in China? Where do we put our investments? These are the facts, and these are the activities that we deal with on a daily basis. So what you're doing is preparing yourself for the future. Now, the other thing that I would say is that debate and being good at debate in this format is a tremendous skill, and you're never perfect at it. You hone that skill over the years. Being involved with debating matters and the Institute of Ideas and the Battle of Ideas and all sorts of other things that Claire, 4 people and a dog in a very small office in East London, seem to manage to put together is absolutely incredible. But being involved in these brings a corporation like Pfizer closer to civil society. And you are civil society. And civil society, basically, the people that we have as customers. When people think of Pfizer, you see a logo, but it's actually made up of 80,000 people who are scientists and who care and who work and who try to make life better. And engaging in debate like you have done over the past 3 days changes people's lives because it improves your understanding of the world, and it helps you contribute in the world in a far more meaningful way. That's what a company like Pfizer is trying to do, and that is what I believe everyone in civil society should be doing. And I congratulate you and I salute you for what you have done over the past 3 days, because I believe that by being here, you have enriched not only your own lives and each other's, but that you have made the world a better place. And I congratulate you and thank you.
Fantastic tribute to you all. Now, I'm going to now ask Rod Pride, who's the director of British Council India, to join us. But before I do that, I wanted to just thank and name and shame British Council India, the people who've helped us pull this together. This is very important thank yous. It's not for form. It's not just to kind of go through the motions. It's genuinely who we want to thank. And it's important for you as young people to understand that these things don't happen out of thin air, that in order for them to work, people have to work extremely hard behind the scenes to make them work at all the stages. So let me just thank Manjula Rao and Kirti Manian from the West India office, Mumbai, for running the national finals. Carter Singh and Anu Tampi from the South of India office in Chennai. Sujata Sen, Debanjan Chakrabarti, Arnab Banerjee, and Sam, who's not with us, and everyone at the East India office, not only for running the East India DM, but also for helping us bring Debating Matters to India. Particular thanks need to go to the Delhi team for running the North region and for running this, the national final, for us. To the young audiences and future leaders team, Mike Welsh, Anuba Karu, and Barna Bajajja, for their enthusiastic support in helping us get such brilliant judges and speakers throughout and working with us on that. And also to Mayur Porwal for his superb work in setting up a wonderful Debating Matters India website and for setting up the Facebook group that I keep going on about. And he's going to put some of the debates on YouTube, which is particularly exciting, so you can see yourselves. So can we thank that team? Also to Kanta Vadera, the schools program coordinator here in Delhi, who invited and got so many schools, and they were turning schools away at the door this morning. I mean, it's sad to turn them away, but fantastic that so many of you guests came. And those of you who've been able to stay with us, you're so welcome. It's been lovely. You've helped make the day a wonderful atmosphere. Thank you. A special thanks to the Delhi events team who are for their unstinting work. And I can assure you, they've been good-humoured in their support. And I say that because it's really hard work doing this, and it's easy to get fractious and kind of get tense, and there's so much to do. And the Delhi team here have just kept us going and been good-humoured, and have also, more importantly, while we've relaxed every evening, they've been in this office working till 11 o'clock each night preparing, and then in way before us the next morning and greeting us all with a bright and friendly welcome. So let us particularly thank, and I'm going to name them. Amitava Datta, Head of Events. Amitava, you've been brilliant to work with. And it's been a pleasure working with your team. Rebecca Chetri, Events Manager, who, as you've noticed, has built up a fan club already. Nisha Sodhi, Niti Paul, and Madan Lal, the technical officers and events managers. So Rod Pride, who is the director of British Council India, has done very little. But as is the way of life and power, he is now going to come up and speak on behalf of British Council India. But we now hear from Sujata, so he's actually the person who got the ball rolling by sending Sujata all those emails, so we'll give him credit. Can we really say a warm welcome to Rod Pride?
Thanks very much, Claire, and a really big thank you to all of you for being here. I actually hadn't prepared anything at all. When I was at school, there was one line that came at the end of my school years, and it was master of the well-prepared impromptu speech. But actually, there's no impromptu speech, so I'll just blag it a little bit. British Council is a cultural relations organisation, and that means we're not about cultural push and say, here's something from the UK which is fantastic in the arts or education. We're not really about that at all. We're about creating a space for people to come together and learn from each other and explore ideas and explore approaches, something which a former chair of the British Council and someone who's always been an inspiration to me, Baroness Helena Kennedy, calls the great conversation of mankind. And by mankind, I'm absolutely certain she means womankind. And that, for me, is what our job is all about. And I feel terribly privileged, along with the rest of my colleagues, for having the opportunity to do something like that. As I was sitting here this afternoon and yesterday, I kept thinking about all the many things that we get involved with in the arts and education and theatre and science and climate and all sorts of things. And I couldn't help coming to the conclusion, time and time again, that of all of these things, something that's so fundamentally a fantastic expression of this creating a space and coming together has been Debating Matters. I claim no credit whatsoever. Sujata and the team had a fantastic inspiration, chose fabulous partners with Claire, Institute of Ideas, with Debating Matters, and we couldn't have done anything without you and without your support. I really feel this is absolutely central to the work of the British Council.